Today I'm demoing a new creation of mine. I call it the Quack Dealer. It's a envelope filter. An envelope filter design that took inspiration from the Electro-Harmonics Dr. Hugh, but I built up prototypes based off of that, and just as it was, I wasn't a fan. But then, I made a bunch of tweaks, found some common mods for it on the internet, applied those, applied a few changes of my own, and here we go. It's a really cool sounding way to get that commonly referred to as an Ottawa sound, even though it's not an Ottawa technically speaking, because this works by making that kind of wah type sound based on how hard you pick. Like, that's me picking softly. Whereas an Ottawa is, well, essentially a wah type circuit, except instead of you changing the wah sound with your foot, it's set to a low frequency oscillator, so it's automatically going wow, wow, wow. But this is neither of those. Like I said, this is this changes the sound based on the dynamics of your playing. So let me take you through the controls. So this switch here is the range switch, or not switch. This knob here is the range knob. Right now I have it all the way up, which gives a pretty thin trebly sound. But if I turn it back a bit, it adds more low end to the range. It just brings the range down, which you're probably not going to want it set all the way up like I had it before. You're going to want to dial it back a bit. As you may have heard there, I changed the pickup settings. Oh geez, I didn't even give you the dry sound yet. Oh, my videos are getting out of order. So yeah, it's just my Stratocaster into my Blues Junior. I don't have the B era turned on right now for the stereo setup, just because, well, I just don't. But anyways, One thing I've noticed with this is it really likes the sound of the more bridge pickup sound than neck pickups. Which you can compensate with the range control, though. But I think just the more brighter, treblier sound of bridge pickups just gives it more to work with. Let me see. Oops. Okay, yeah, so you can easily compensate a little bit with the range control if you want to use your neck pickup. Just keep it in mind that if you're doing things on the fly, you may want to have one pickup setting in mind for when using this pickup. Another thing that might be useful for those of you with wanting to change up the EQ is this range switch. Right now I've had it, not range, resonance switch. Right now I've had it in the down position. It does kind of the same thing. It shifts it down. The down position shifts it to like a more lower resonance peak or whatever you want to call it. When it's flipped up, it well, makes it a higher resonance. So, yeah. In case you haven't noticed, now I've taken care to make it a little more user-friendly, but this is one of those circuits where you really have to set the knobs correctly to get the sound you want. But once you do, it's fantastic. It just takes a little bit of time to work with, but it's worth investing, 15 minutes just turning knobs, getting different sounds, and finding what works for you. So that's with the switch up. Dial back the range a little bit. Actually, what it could be is, sorry, I'm just coming to a realization now. It might, when using the neck pickup, the reason why it's not coming through as clearly might be just where the neck pickup is placed on Strats and Tellys. As players of those guitars know, it's located in a where there's a node where on the string where, like, if you try to play a harmonic at the at certain intervals on a string, like that's me trying to play a harmonic at the 5th fret with the neck pickup. Where's it sort of mutes it out with the neck pickup. Anyways, brief tangent aside, it could be something to do with that. I don't know. I'm just a guy who cobbles pedals around, and I don't have any complicated equipment to, like oscilloscopes or anything to show me what's going on. I just build the things, and if they sound good, I make videos of them and try to spread the word to you guys. Anyways, we're already at 12 minutes and I haven't shown you the other 2 knobs. So this is the sensitivity knob, which is kind of like a depth control. If I give it a rather extreme setting, I can dial this back a bit. I may change to a different taper pot for future revisions of this, but yeah, if you want that kind of sound but slightly less intense, well, that's the control you use. Again, same thing as before. You may need to play a little bit to get the sweet spot, but it'll get you there. And then this control here is one that I added that it messes about with the attack. here at the two extreme settings there, like all the way to the left, like the envelope hits almost immediately. While turning it more towards the right. It takes a couple of milliseconds for it to sort of go from that thin, higher sound to, sort of filtering down into the lower register, which is useful. You want to change up the sound for how fast the filter kicks in, depending on how hard you pick and all that stuff. Want something more immediate. So, yeah, that's about all I can show you for the controls right now. On the inside, there is a trim pot, which I've labeled gain, but really what the trim pot does is adjust the sustain or decay of the filter effect. But honestly, once I put together and did the prototyping, I found that it's best to be turned all the way to the one side. That just gives the best sound. Otherwise, it starts dying out. If it's turned towards the other way, it just starts dying out faster. For future revision of this pedal, because the design uses LEDs on the inside, I didn't realize when designing it that the LEDs would actually, emit light, because on some designs when you put them in, they don't emit light. Sometimes they do. Again, I'm just a guy cobbling things together, trying to make cool effects. I'm no electrical engineer or anything. But anyways, when I was prototyping this, I found out that one of the LEDs, it actually flashes as the filter goes on. So, like... So as I'm playing that, like, the LED inside is flashing accordingly. So if anyone is interested, if this pedal becomes popular enough, I may do a future revision where I have that LED mounted to the outside so that you can see it flash in time with your playing. If anyone thinks that's a cool idea, then let me know. Oh yeah, another change I made from the original Electro Harmonix Dr. Q design is something that everyone says is a big problem with a bunch of the older style envelope filters, is that it needed a buffer in the front of it. This pedal is true bypass, but I did put a buffer stage right before the rest of the circuit so that it's getting basically as strong a signal as I can without actually boosting the level or anything. But I would still recommend putting this like towards the front of your signal chain. Like, well, as you can see where I have it, it's just after my wah. That way, it's still getting like the strongest signal from your guitar. You may want to mess around with it in regards to order of. Actually, no. I would put this before a compressor, even because compressor may even out the levels and everything a bit too much for the dynamics to shine through. So yeah, put this before any compressors, before drives, basically before anything that'll squish your signal, because the whole point of this is to have your dynamics available to affect the sound. And yeah, before I turn this demo off, let's add a little bit of drive. Maybe not that much. So here it is with just the drive pedal, without the filter. The drive is coming from actually a pedal that I haven't released yet. It's a clone of the Nobel's ODR1, except with the bass control. I like adding bass controls to my drive pedals. It just you know, allows me to choose how thick the sound is, which is very useful for a bedroom setup like mine, or when you're playing live when you need less bass. I'm probably going to do a demo on that right after I finish this up. But anyways. One last thing. I just noticed this now. If you are using a neck pickup or another pickup that doesn't seem to be resonating as well as the bridge pickup, try picking at different areas of the string. Like right now this is the neck pickup, but I'm playing more towards the bridge. Yeah, it's one of those pedals that you sort of need to learn how to play with it properly before you can use it like 100% effectively, but it is fun to play around with, so you'll probably enjoy learning how to use it. Anyways, that's about all I have to say for it, for this. This has somehow ended up being one of my longer demos, and I haven't even covered how it sounds with bass. I might get around to doing that. I might not. I realized that the new bass strings I put on my bass not too long ago are, I accidentally, because I don't change the strings on it as often as I should, the strings on it are gauged too light, so it's causing me some issues. But I may get a friend to demo it on bass if I get a chance, in which case you'll get another video, hopefully not as tedious as this one. Might even get someone who's much more talented on bass playing as well, so that you can see like the full like capabilities of what this pedal can do, because a good envelope filter through a good bass rig through an amazing bass player, it's a sound. It's a definite sound. Anywho, that's about all I have to say for now. I might not be posting this video immediately, simply because I just have some stuff going on and I want to wait before officially releasing the Quack dealer. But yeah, when it does, this pedal is called the Quack dealer. It's an envelope filter. I'm probably gonna sell it for about $150 Canadian, similar to well, a lot of my other pedals. If you're wanting to learn more about it, just feel free to contact me. I have a new email address, tomfreemanaudioeffects@gmail.com. I just made a new reverb store, so check that out. I'll be posting links all over. I'll try and update my website, tfaudioeffects.com, my Facebook and Instagram pages, both titled Tom Freeman Audio Effects. I'll well, check out all those things. Like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I think that's what you're supposed to say at the end of a YouTube video anyways. Anyways, that's enough of my talking, babbling on. Sorry, couldn't resist putting on a little bit of Big Muff fuzz with the filter. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video.